Hey everyone, welcome back to AED Live. We are back with Glenda Wegener. Did I pronounce that right?
You did.
And Melissa Rieke.
Very good.
All right, and you guys are here with HeavyWorth.
Yeah.
So whoever would like to take the stage first, would you kind of let us know what you guys do as a company and what your product is?
So we try and help dealers streamline their processes.
Yep.
And one of the things that we do is we have a mobile application where they are actually able to use a mobile phone, taking pictures, automatically uploads to a website, and when they, somebody in the home office can actually look at those photos and put a value on it, and the person that's maybe out in the field with the trade-in can give the value right back to them.
So this is a dedicated trade evaluation tool for the sales guys out in the field?
Yes. Yes.
And then this is primarily a mobile application from what I understand.
Right.
And I take my cell phone out there, I snap pictures through, it's all done through your interface?
Yep, all through the app. So it guides you through it, kind of shows you where to start. You can choose different categories for different things, and the way you capture all the things you need.
Okay.
VIN, serial number, all that great stuff. And then it sucks it right back up, so the person back at the home office doesn't have to go searching for it.
Well, I was going to say, so I don't know how techy you guys get. Is this kind of similar to where I take a picture of my credit card? Can I take a picture of that serial plate and it pulls that serial number off of there?
No, you still have to type it in, but it's sort of...
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, I know. That would be great. It's still like covering you, though, if you type,
absolutely,
little mishap on your typing, you
sure,
can straighten that out. So.
And so this gets sent to either, from what I understand, a designated evaluator within your company, or you guys also offer the services. Is it in-house or external for trade evaluations if I don't have someone that does that?
Right. We do offer valuation services if the dealer doesn't have somebody that wants to put the value on it. But most of the dealers that use it now have their own team to do the valuation, and they
sure,
put it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, definitely on the dealer side, it's more, they have their own valuation
generally, yes.
system.
Yep.
So it is really helpful for employee-owned companies and companies that need bonding and stuff. Then they might need our services for value. But on the dealer side, they usually have their
So are you guys exclusively just with dealers, or
no,
is anybody small or big could get a hold of this?
Yeah, anyone small or big. Like we said, Glenda's worked with a lot of financial institutions. So when they're, you can speak more on that, but, and employee-owned that have to value their equipment every year, and bonding. So a little bit of everyone.
Yeah, I know with banking, a lot of banks that do small business administration loans actually require a third-party evaluator to come in, so they use us for that.
They got to cross those T's and dot those I's before they give you that check.
So as the times change and we keep evolving, are you guys really seeing, like, leaning into the market of, like, this is the next big thing, this is the next wave that's coming through, and taking that in? And how's this evolving and changing how everything was done before?
I think that this is just helping consolidate everything, so there's not so much time going out and digging for that information that someone collected. So I think everything's trying to simplify, right, and bring everything into one spot. So
let me ask you this, from an incorporation standpoint. My old dealership, we used to use Salesforce as our primary CRM, but also dealing with the trades and everything. Does your platform integrate with these sort of services, or is this a standalone, independent thing?
So,
go ahead.
So we are standalone, but we are willing to integrate with different companies. We're working on integration with HubSpot right now.
Okay.
And it's just depending on what our clients want, we'll try to work to get them into so it's seamless.
So you do have the ability to pull that information out of the product and insert it someplace else.
And currently there's ways to download it, PDF, zip files, everything that you might have to reload into that, so it takes a little more time, but we have several companies that say, that hasn't been a problem with it, so, but yeah.
Okay.
There's ways to pull it out, and there's ways to put it in, but the that seamless spot with HubSpot we're working on.
So now when it comes to pictures is one thing, which by the way, I did want to pull out a key point here. You guys don't require an active connection to data when we're doing this. If I'm out in the middle of the boonies talking to my farmer buddy trying to sell him or do a trade-in, let's be honest, on his old rundown skid steer.
Right, in the middle of Kansas.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. It's always out there. I don't have to have a connection to capture this information, and it just kind of sits in a queue until I hit cell phone service again?
Correct.
Yep, exactly. You just, when you get to Wi-Fi again or an area, then it starts loading.
Okay, perfect. The other question I have is, pictures is one thing, but there's also a lot of information that also needs to be input on these trade-ins. Yep. How flexible and how customizable are your submission forms to where, maybe my particular dealership wants to know what color the floor mat is?
Right.
Do we have the ability to know that?
There's open text that you can put problems or features or anything that they want to type in there. So there's a lot of ways to capture information that they want to capture.
Okay, perfect.
And you can also load, like if you have an inspection file, you can also add that to the catalog or the database so it's in there with it, or if they did any work, so
Sure.
you have that
Now, your
handy for you.
guys' software, obviously it takes pictures and Wi-Fi, it loads back up. Is it also capable of like taking a walk around video and getting into like the engine compartments and stuff like that, where you kind of like do
See
a
it
slow
running.
B-roll and then go back and load it up with the Wi-Fi?
Listen to that. I just want to point that out right there. The
Techie.
guy on the end just used the term B-roll.
That's
like
a
that.
long
I've brought him along.
term.
I've brought him
I
along.
thought you didn't like cameras.
I
you were
know.
saying.
I just know enough.
You know what? I'm bringing him along slowly
I
but
like
surely.
it. Well, you said it's been years.
It has
so-
been years. So I've been working on him. So are you able to capture video as well?
I don't believe we are.
Not at this time.
Okay.
We're not.
Is that something you're looking forward to down the road, possibly? Because that really seems intriguing for someone like me if I had your software.
Yeah.
Yep, we have looked at that, and we have talked about doing that. We have the ability to attach type of stuff like that.
Right.
but-
Okay. So
Yeah.
you got the ability right now to
Yep.
at least attach it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a next question for you is not to get into actual pricing, but your pricing structure, is this a subscription-based service? Is this a like upfront fee? How does that work for?
It is subscription. So for the dealers, it would be a subscription base, but it's per dealership. It's not per user.
Oh,
which
perfect.
is nice. So
Yes.
that gives them some more freedom to, and it's a good spot to be. I think what it costs is
Well
you're
worth the value?
You're getting it back in the first week, probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
What's kind of the implementation process? If I get a hold of you guys, we decide to move forward, how long does implementation take, and kind of what is that process? And then more importantly, as a sales guy in the field, what kind of training do I get?
Oh, it's so easy. I'm gonna let Glenda take using the app is so easy.
And the app it's easy to learn, so there's not a whole lot of training that we have to give, and it's really quick for us to set up. Somebody that wants to come on board, one of the things that we have to do is just make sure, because we can customize the values that they want and customize different things. So once we get that information all set up and ask them, and then we can add users, it takes a couple of days usually.
Wow.
And then they're up and running.
Any other key points that we've missed that you guys want to hit on the software?
Let's see.
You caught us
Where do you want
speechless.
me to go?
It's a unique piece of software.
Yeah.
So just as far as it's getting integrated and keeping up with the times, just to even know that it's out there,
Right.
people don't know. So getting vocal.
I do think it's a little bit hard to explain to start with, because everyone initially thinks, oh, I can get a value out immediately. They want it to be that, but that's not what we're offering. We're not that.
And I can
instant
tell
value.
you, from working on the dealership side, if someone's going to take some pictures and spit out a value on a machine, that is not an
That's not
accurate
gonna
value
work.
at
Yeah,
all.
no, that's not where we live.
That does not capture the guy that didn't grease it, or the farmer
Yes.
where
Yeah.
we're going to have 3 hours worth of pressure washing manure
Right.
off of this machine.
Right.
How are you going to put that into your value? Yeah.
Right. I really like that you can capture all those. Assuming it's your salesperson out there, they're going to do a good job of looking over the equipment, because they're not going to want to bring something in that's not what they're saying. So it's nice to have all those. They can take as many pictures as they want there of the equipment. And is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, the other
Dodge a
thing-
bullet there.
Smoke out a turn.
I was just gonna. I was
Go ahead.
just gonna say too that the streamlining of it, when the,
Yeah.
sometimes when you have multiple different salespeople coming in and they're sending it in through, maybe they do a Dropbox or they're sending it through an email or a text. You don't know what comes in as a priority, and with using this one system, they're gonna know which one's coming in right away, and they can work them in order. It just helps keep everything organized.
It's a streamlined process.
Yeah.
It makes it easy for an evaluator to work through the queue, is what it sounds like.
Right.
Yes.
In this lovely environment that we're working in now, if someone's out sick, you don't have to, it's on their phone, you can't get it from, you don't want to bother them. It all goes back to that web base where anyone can get into it. So it's kind of handy.
So that's something I didn't think about.
Yeah.
As the evaluator, I am
Yeah.
logging into your platform online, and this
Yeah.
is all information I can pull from.
Yeah, and it sends you, like you complete the capture, it sends you an email and says, hey, this is ready to go. So you don't have
Perfect.
to sit there and watch for it to come
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
There's another feature that it kind of helps too, because sometimes your customers don't want to come in and look at a piece of equipment at the dealership.
Yep.
So there's ability to do a zip file for the photos and send them out to the customer so that they can zoom in and look at the piece of equipment without coming into the dealership.
Now, I think I asked you guys this on our preliminary call. I can't remember. Is there any, from a photographer standpoint?
Yes. Oh, yeah, we did discuss this.
We did.
Don't take the pictures vertically.
If
Turn
there's
your
any,
camera
yes. If there are
horizontal.
any salespeople out there,
Hold
stop
your camera
taking.
like this,
yes.
not like this.
Yes. My God, it's terrible. We should put a note somewhere in the system.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Turn your camera.
You know when you have your phone and it's like auto rotate, you must
Yes.
rotate. We should
Yes.
add that feature.
Absolutely.
Like rotate.
It's so bad. Well, thank you guys for being on. We really appreciate you
Yeah.
taking
Yeah,
your
thank
time to
you
come
guys.
talk with us. Well, thank you guys for watching. I think we've got a few more live sessions scheduled for this afternoon. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you actually get notified as we go live. And we'll catch you guys soon with another one of our guests.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.